The U.S. has had certain suspicions about Iran, the same on the other side, and these negotiations in the past have just kind of fallen apart. What's your evidence that this time around it's going to be different? And do you think this deal could really lead to a breakthrough in the region? And are you worried at all about a break with your traditional allies of Saudi Arabia and Israel?
Well, we believe this could be different. What you have is a different dynamic. The sanctions that have been put in place have applied extraordinary pressure on the Iranian government. That's part of the dynamic that brought them to the negotiating table. You also have a new president, President Rouhani, who was elected with a commitment to moderate foreign policy towards the West, to try to achieve sanctions relief through negotiation. That's the context for the talks. And what we have here is a very substantive, concrete agreement in which the Iranians have committed to halting the progress of their nuclear program, rolling it back in key elements in response for some limited sanctions relief so that we can test whether we can get to that comprehensive resolution over the course of the next 6 months. What we have said to our Israeli friends and our Saudi friends is we share the same objective. We want to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. This is an opportunity to do that at the negotiating table. And so over the course of the next 6 months, we'll consult with the Israelis and the Saudis as we go through these negotiations and see if we can achieve this diplomatically.
Do you think they may try and intervene to muck things up, though, and you've got Republicans up on the Hill who are suggesting the same sort of thing? I mean, this is a delicate needle to thread, isn't it, for the administration?
It is a delicate needle. I mean, you have many different dynamics. You know, you have the negotiation with the Iranians. You have our commitment to try to keep a unified front with the P5+1. And of course, we want to be taking into consideration the views of our allies, like Israel. What we have committed to doing, though, is consulting with them. So the Israeli government is sending a team over here next week that can sit down with our experts and begin to hammer out their concerns about what in the Iranian program is of most focus for you. So that when we're in the negotiations, we can take that into account. Same thing to Congress, what we've said is we will move to additional sanctions if after 6 months we don't reach an agreement, or if the Iranians don't meet up their commitments under the agreement. However, now we have a window to solve this diplomatically for 6 months. The world has helped create that window through these negotiations. Let's give that a chance to succeed. Let's test that diplomacy before we consider moving to new sanctions.